On New Year's Eve 2018, I attended a party that I should never have gone to. I was 24, living in Chicago, working as a marketing coordinator. My friend Alicia invited me to a New Year's party at her boyfriend's apartment. I almost said no. I was exhausted from work and honestly I just wanted to stay home. But Alicia begged me. "Come on, Maddie. It's New Year's Eve. You can't spend it alone." So I went. The apartment was in a high-rise downtown, 23rd floor. Beautiful view of the city. When I arrived around 9 p.m., there were already about 30 people there. Music, drinks, the usual party atmosphere. I knew Alicia and her boyfriend Tyler. Everyone else was a stranger. About an hour in, I was standing by the window looking out at the city lights when someone handed me a drink. I turned around. It was a guy, maybe late 20s, wearing a button-down shirt. Good looking. Friendly smile. "You look like you could use a refill," he said. I glanced at my cup. It was almost empty. "Thanks," I said, taking the new drink. "I'm Derek," he said. "Madison," I replied. We talked for a few minutes. "Where do you work? How do you know Tyler?" The usual party questions. He seemed normal. Nice even. Then he said something that stuck with me. "You should be careful tonight," he said, his smile fading slightly. "What do you mean?" I asked. "New Year's Eve. People do stupid things. Make bad decisions." He paused. "Just be careful who you trust," he replied. Before I could respond, someone called his name from across the room and he walked away. I thought it was a weird comment, but I didn't think much of it. I sipped my drink and went back to talking with Alicia. About 20 minutes later, I started feeling strange. Not drunk. I'd only had 2 drinks over 2 hours. But I felt off and dizzy. My vision was blurring at the edges. I told Alicia I needed to sit down. She helped me to the couch. "Are you okay? You look pale," she said. "I don't know. I feel really weird," I replied. Tyler came over, concerned. "Do you need water? Food?" he asked. I shook my head. Everything felt distant, like I was watching the party through a foggy window. And that's when I realized something was wrong with my drink. "Alicia," I whispered. "I think someone drugged me." Her eyes went wide. "What? Are you sure?" she asked. "That guy Derek. He gave me a drink," I replied. Tyler immediately went to find Derek, but he was gone. No one had seen him leave. No one even remembered seeing him at the party except me. Alicia wanted to call an ambulance, but I refused. I was terrified and embarrassed. I just wanted to go home. Tyler offered to drive me, but Alicia insisted on going with me in an Uber. She wasn't going to leave me alone. We got to my apartment around 11:15 p.m. Alicia helped me inside, made sure I drank water, and stayed with me. I was in and out of consciousness, unable to focus. Everything felt like a dream. Then, at 11:58 p.m., 2 minutes before midnight, my phone buzzed. Alicia picked it up. "Maddie, you got a text." "Who from?" I asked. She went pale. "It's from a blocked number." "What does it say?" She showed me the screen. The message read, "Happy New Year, Madison. I'll see you next year." My stomach dropped. I hadn't given Derek my phone number. I hadn't even told him my last name. Alicia immediately called the police. They arrived within 15 minutes. I gave them a description of Derek, told them everything. They took the glass I'd been drinking from as evidence. But here's the thing, no one at the party knew who Derek was. Tyler said he thought Derek came with someone else, but he couldn't remember who. Security footage from the building showed dozens of people entering the party that night, but none of them matched Derek's description. It was like he was never there. The police told me later that the drink tested positive for a sedative. They launched an investigation, but they never found Derek. No fingerprints, no matches in their database, nothing. For weeks I was terrified. I changed my locks. I stopped going out at night. Every time my phone buzzed, I panicked, but nothing happened. No more texts. No sign of Derek. Except for one thing. Every New Year's Eve since then at exactly 11:58 p.m., I get the same text from a blocked number. "Happy New Year, Madison. I'll see you next year." I've changed my number 3 times. I've reported it to the police every single year. But it keeps happening. And I have no idea who Derek really was, or what he planned to do to me that night. All I know is that Alicia saved my life by refusing to let me go home alone. I never go to parties anymore. I don't drink anything I didn't pour myself. And every New Year's Eve I stay home, doors locked, lights off, waiting for that text. Because whoever Derek is, he's still out there. And he hasn't forgotten about me. Experts estimate that drink spiking affects thousands of people every year, though many cases go unreported due to shame or memory loss. If you ever feel suddenly ill at a social gathering, tell someone immediately. Don't go anywhere alone and never feel embarrassed about seeking help. The shame belongs to the person who violated your trust, not to you. Before we continue, I need you to subscribe. Like this video and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I hosted a New Year's Eve party in 2019 that ended with me selling my house. I was 31, living alone in a 3-bedroom house in Portland, Oregon. I bought it 2 years earlier and loved it. It was my first real home and I was proud of it. For New Year's Eve, I decided to throw a party. Nothing huge, maybe 20 people. Friends, co-workers, a few plus ones. I spent the whole day preparing, decorating, making food, setting up drinks. The party started around 8 p.m. People showed up gradually, and by 10 my house was full of music and conversation. Everyone seemed to be having a good time. Around 11:30, I went upstairs to grab more champagne from my bedroom closet where I'd been storing the bottles to keep them cool. My bedroom was off limits to guests, but when I opened the door, I immediately knew someone had been in there. The bathroom light was on. I always turned it off. I walked over to turn it off and noticed something strange. On my bathroom mirror, someone had drawn a smiley face in the condensation. Like someone had taken a hot shower and the mirror had fogged up. But I hadn't showered since that morning. And the mirror shouldn't have been fogged up. I touched the glass. It was cold. Completely cold. There was no reason for condensation to be there. I felt a chill run through me. Someone had been in my bathroom recently. And they'd deliberately drawn on my mirror to let me know. I went back downstairs trying to stay calm. I pulled my friend Jennifer aside and told her what I'd found. Maybe someone used your bathroom, she suggested. No one should be upstairs. And the mirror was cold. There's no reason it should have fogged up, I replied. Jennifer looked concerned. Do you want me to come check with you? We went back upstairs together. The bathroom light was off now. I know I left it on. I didn't turn it off. Jennifer turned it back on and we both froze. The smiley face was gone. The mirror was completely clear. No condensation. No marks. Sarah, are you sure you saw something? Jennifer asked carefully. Yes, it was right there. A smiley face. I saw it. We checked my bedroom. Nothing seemed disturbed. Nothing was missing. But something felt wrong. The air felt different, heavier somehow. We went back downstairs and I tried to enjoy the rest of the party, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. At midnight, everyone counted down, celebrated, drank champagne. By 1 a.m. people started leaving. By 2 a.m. the last guest was gone. I was exhausted. I cleaned up a little bit, but mostly I just wanted to go to bed. I went upstairs, brushed my teeth in that same bathroom, trying not to think about the smiley face. I climbed into bed and turned off the light. That's when I heard it breathing. Not mine. Someone else's. Coming from inside my closet. I laid there, completely frozen, listening. Slow, steady breaths. In and out, in and out. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream. But I couldn't move. I just laid there in the dark, listening to someone breathe 6 feet away from me. Then I heard movement. A soft rustling like fabric shifting. I grabbed my phone from the nightstand and turned on the flashlight, pointing it at the closet. The door was closed. Everything looked normal. But I could still hear breathing. I ran out of the room, down the stairs, and outside to my car. I called 911 from my driveway. The police came. They searched my house top to bottom. They checked the closet, the attic, the basement, every room. They found no one, but they did find something. In my closet, behind my hanging clothes, there were footprints in the carpet. Fresh footprints. Someone had been standing there, pressed against the back wall, hidden behind my clothes. The police checked all my windows and doors. Everything was locked from the inside. They couldn't figure out how someone could have gotten in, or more importantly, how they could have gotten out without me seeing them leave. One officer suggested that maybe someone had hidden in my closet during the party, planning to rob me after everyone left. But then why draw on the mirror? Why reveal themselves? I didn't sleep in that house again. I stayed with Jennifer for a week while the police continued their investigation. They found no evidence of who had been in my house. No fingerprints. No DNA. I put the house up for sale 3 weeks later. I couldn't live there anymore knowing that someone had been in my closet, breathing, listening, waiting. watching me get ready for bed, watching me turn off the light. The worst part is not knowing who it was. Was it someone at the party? A stranger who broke in earlier? Someone who had a key from before I bought the house? I'll never know, but I think about it every day. I think about that smiley face on the mirror, the message that someone wanted me to know they'd been there. I think about those footprints in my closet, the evidence that someone had been standing there, watching me through a crack in the door as I brushed my teeth as I got ready for bed. And I think about what would have happened if I hadn't run. What if I'd opened that closet door? What if I'd confronted whoever was inside? I sold that house at a loss. I didn't care. I just needed to be away from it. I live in an apartment now, 4th floor. Security guard at the entrance. Cameras everywhere. I still don't feel completely safe, but at least I don't have closets big enough for someone to hide in. And I've never hosted another party, because every time I think about celebrating, I remember that night. I remember the smiley face. I remember the breathing. And I wonder, is he at another party right now? In another house? Drawing on another mirror? Hiding in another closet? Waiting for midnight? Home invasions during parties are more common than people realize. Intruders often take advantage of the chaos and open doors to slip inside unnoticed. If you're hosting a gathering, keep bedrooms and private areas locked. Do a walkthrough of your home before and after guests arrive. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. And never ever ignore signs that someone might be in your home. Get out and call for help. On New Year's Eve 2020, I took an Uber ride that I'll never forget. I was 26, living in Miami, working as a nurse. I'd gone to a New Year's party at my friend Jen's apartment in Brickell. It was a small gathering, nothing wild. Champagne, music, people counting down to midnight on TV. I left around 12:45 in the morning. I'd had a few drinks and didn't want to drive, so I ordered an Uber. The app said my driver would arrive in 3 minutes. His name was Michael. 4.8 star rating. Silver Honda Accord. When the car pulled up, I checked the license plate against the app. It matched. I opened the door and got into the back seat. "Lisa?" the driver asked. "That's me." "Happy New Year," he said. He seemed normal. Probably in his 40s. Baseball cap. Quiet and polite. I put in my earbuds and started scrolling through my phone, not really paying attention to where we were going. My apartment was only about 15 minutes away. About 10 minutes into the ride, something felt off. I looked up and realized we weren't heading toward my place. We were going in the opposite direction, toward the highway. "Excuse me," I said, pulling out my earbuds. "I think you're going the wrong way. My apartment is back that direction." "GPS is taking me this way," he said calmly. "Avoiding traffic." "There's no traffic," I replied. "It's almost 1 in the morning." "Trust me," he said. "This is faster." Something about his tone made my stomach tighten. I looked at my phone. The route shown in the app didn't match where we were going at all. "Can you please just take the direct route?" I asked. "I'm tired. I just want to get home." He didn't answer right away. Instead, I noticed him watching me in the rearview mirror. Not quick glances. Staring. My heart started racing. I looked down at the door handle and pulled it. It didn't open. I tried again. Still locked. "Why are the doors locked?" I asked. "Safety feature," he said. "Don't want anyone falling out." "I want to get out," I said. "Pull over." "We're on the highway now," he replied. "Can't stop here." But we weren't on the highway. We were on a dark, empty street. Warehouses on both sides. No traffic, no pedestrians, no lights except his headlights. He slowed down instead of speeding up, like he was deciding something. I grabbed my phone and tried opening the Uber app to report the ride, hoping it would trigger some kind of alert. My signal was weak. The app kept loading. "You should put your phone away," he said quietly. "Enjoy the ride." "Let me out of this car right now," I said louder. He didn't respond. He just kept driving, watching me in the mirror. My hands were shaking as I dialed 911. "I'm in an Uber," I told the operator. "The driver isn't taking me where he's supposed to, and I can't get out of the car." The operator stayed on the line with me, asking me to describe where we were. I pressed my face to the window, searching for street signs, anything recognizable. That's when the driver suddenly pulled over. He stopped the car without saying a word. Then he turned around in his seat and looked directly at me. His expression wasn't angry. It was calm, almost bored. "You're making a big deal out of nothing," he said. "I was taking you home. The long way, sure, but I was taking you home." "Unlock the doors," I said. My voice was shaking, but I kept the phone pressed to my ear. The 911 operator was still listening. He reached forward and manually unlocked the doors. I didn't hesitate. I got out immediately, still on the phone, backing away from the car. He stayed there for a moment, watching me through the window. Then he drove off. The police arrived within 5 minutes. I was standing on the sidewalk, shaking, trying to explain everything. They took my statement and contacted Uber. That's when things got even worse. The account that picked me up didn't exist. There was no driver named Michael registered with Uber. The license plate belonged to a completely different car. Someone had created a fake driver profile and intercepted my ride request. The police told me it wasn't random. They said predators sometimes wait outside party areas on nights like New Year's Eve. They look official enough. The car looks right. The plate looks close enough. And people, tired, distracted, trusting, get in. They reviewed nearby security footage, but the image quality was too poor to identify the driver. They never found him. Uber refunded the ride and apologized, assuring me they were improving their safety systems. None of that mattered. For weeks afterward, I couldn't stop thinking about what would have happened if I hadn't looked up. If I hadn't noticed we were going the wrong way. If I hadn't called 911 when I did. Where was he taking me? What was he planning? How many other people got into his car? I don't use rideshare apps anymore. I either drive myself or have someone I trust pick me up. And every time I see someone getting into an Uber late at night, I want to stop them and tell them to double-check everything. Because sometimes the danger isn't following you. It's the person you already got into the car with. Always verify your ride. Check the license plate and the driver's face. Share your trip with someone you trust. Sit in the back seat. And if something feels wrong, speak up immediately. It's better to seem paranoid than to ignore a warning sign that could save your life. If you've experienced something similar, if you have a story you'd like to share, you can send it to the email address in the description below. I read every submission, and your story might be featured in a future video. If you found these stories valuable, consider subscribing, liking, leave a comment about where you're watching from, and share if you've ever had an experience that made you trust your gut. Stay aware. Stay safe. And remember, the most terrifying threats aren't supernatural. They're the very real dangers hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching.